Hi everyone.
Welcome everyone. We are your hosts Anmol and
Yasha. Hi people.
welcome to Counting Thoughts podcast.
Yes, welcome.
Let me introduce you to the show for those who do not know what we are about. This is where we count thoughts that are big and small, thoughts that you might have thought about, but if you might not after listening and watching.
But you
the-
might after watching or listening to the podcast.
Yes.
But
All this to bring change one thought at a time.
I have no idea what she's done. So sorry
There
guys.
is something with me, an intro.
Of the podcast.
Yeah.
But anyways, welcome back guys and welcome to the new listeners who are here on the podcast. And today, because it's June, it is hot. Let's just address that for a second. It's hot.
It's very, very hot.
It's hot during the day because there is sun, and it is hot during the night because the roads heat up and they sort of emit heat.
Emits the heat.
And the night is
It
hot.
doesn't get
It's not normal any time of the
the day. Yes.
And this is coming from a person who wakes up at 5. Mostly, like 80% of the time, I'm up at 5 and it's hot even at 5. So sorry. Anyways, so today's topic, as a lot of you might have seen with the क्या बोलते हैं? Caption? नहीं. Topic, title.
You can obviously see through the title of the video
Yes.
what the topic is about. Of course, it's about
I mean, since it's Pride month. We sort of doing something related to Pride month, but we do not know what trajectory to take.
yeah.
So we decided we'll
We'll take up this opportunity and we agreed
just
upon
address it slightly because we wanted to make sure that we do our little bit for the
LGBTQ community, and we have been anticipating to talk about this topic, but we wanted to find the right moment to do so.
I mean, I think it just landed perfectly, and I mean, I just suggested maybe we could do something on around this topic, and she said yes, we should because it is Pride month. So let's why not?
We should, and we wanted to be very precise with all the things that we would be talking about, because hence the research.
We decided we'd talk about it. We did a little bit of research. We're not going to discuss detailed facts because we're not qualified enough, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, historically speaking, we cannot discuss historical facts. We're not qualified to do that.
We're not qualified, and
I haven't done enough research, to be very honest, to be able
I just want to do justice to the topic.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to, and I just wanted to make sure, me and Yasha, we both wanted to make sure that whatever we are going to say,
is
more
accurate.
or less, it should be accurate.
It should be, we didn't want to share heaps of information, but whatever information we do share, we wanted to make sure that it is accurate. Basically, this is what we're trying to say.
So we'll quickly begin with the FAQs, because even I had a few doubts when I was researching.
Yes,
because I did not research enough. So I'll quickly elaborate the abbreviations. So we will begin with LGBTQ, and then there is a extension to it, IA, also, which I will discuss today. So by L, of course, it means lesbian, a woman who is primarily attracted to women. G means gay, a man who is primarily attracted to men. Sometimes a broader term for individuals primarily attracted to same sex.
Sex is also called gay.
Yeah. Then there's bisexual, an individual attracted to people of their own and opposite gender, basically both genders. Then there's transgender, a person whose gender identity differs from their as assigned
Birth
sex. Then there's transsexual, it's an outdated term that originated in the medical and psychological communities for people who have permanently changed their gender identity through surgeries or hormones.
Do you know that, like, have you met somebody from who has done this?
I haven't, but I know a few people over social media who I am actually following.
I was doing sales, right?
Yeah.
Prior to writing, so I met few clients. Like I met one client, and he was a doctor. He had come in and he spoke to me, and I told him about the services and everything, and he sort of agreed. He went back. He had come with his father. He agreed, gave me his number to follow up and stuff. So I thought I'll share it with the minions I had, and they can follow up. He went back. His father came the next day, told me to remove his number, and told me that he will reach out to me on his own. This is like a real incident.
The conversation that you had.
So I did not ask much. I said, okay, if you're not comfortable with follow-ups, I will get your number erased. So I erased the number from the system and from the follow-up, wherever people were following up from. And that person came. I think it was my off. That person came looking for me. He had forgotten my name. Apparently, my name is difficult to remember. He had forgotten my name, and that time I had blue hair. So he came and he was like, "Where's that tall lady with blue hair? I will just speak with her."
This is 2018, if I'm not wrong.
This is 2018.
You had blue hair in 2018.
17, 18, I believe.
Yeah.
So he came and I sort of told him that that I'm on off and I will not be available for the day. He came back on the day that I was available. He said that I am like taking these services, opting for these services because I met with you and
he was comfortable speaking to you.
Talking to me because he had like a lot of questions which were a little, I don't know, they were pretty, I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but then I think if somebody would ask, I mean, I asked him, he asked me for a professional opinion. I gave him the professional opinion, and I think he was comfortable. But at that, why I'm telling you this incident is because he said that I did not feel like as if I'm a sore thumb, like, you know,
he was not looked
down upon, and he said that I felt as if I could belong, as if it did not matter to you. And then he told me that he was under hormones and he was sort of planning to get
in a transition phase.
Yes, so he was taking hormones, and once like those hormones would have like had their effect, he would have gotten underwent a surgery, and then he would have gotten, I think he was due for his surgery 2020. I don't know how COVID affected his plans, but then he was, I mean, I think he felt comfortable because he brought 2-3 friends with him who were undergoing the same process, and he was like this person is this far along and this person is this far along, and you need to give them advice, and they need to, I mean, I cannot let them go anywhere else, they need to come to you. So I felt special in that moment because I felt that one, I did not do anything special. I just spoke to him, answered his questions. That was not special. There was nothing special.
You think it wasn't special. What happens is everyone, not just LGBT community, in general also, me being a female also, what I realize it is that when you're speaking about something, even if what happens is you want to not feel judged about it. You don't, because you don't know if the person is comfortable enough in the moment to talk about it itself.
True. So I'm sorry, I distracted you.
No. Yeah. So next being Q being queer. Yes. An umbrella term to be more inclusive of the many identities and variations that make up the LGBTQ plus community. Questioning the process of exploring and discovering one's own sexual orientation, gender identity, and or gender expression. I did not know about it. When we talk about LGBTQ, I knew about Where?
But, then you
But
didn't
I did not knew
know
about the
this.
questioning.
I feel that I saw, I think last year, I saw a video on YouTube. I think it was from TikTok. Somebody had like downloaded, uploaded it on YouTube, something. So it was, I think, Pride Month, and I think I was doing some research for M7 schools and how they contribute. How are they?
How accepting are they of?
Yeah, so I was doing some research, and I think one link led to another, because that is how research goes. And I came across this video. There was this female she had, like, she told her parents about her gender identity, and it was not taken well, to say the least. And in that moment, I felt that, like, if you are straight, it is never a question, right?
Yeah,
You don't have to come out and say that I am straight and I'm attracted to a man, right? And if you are gay, for instance, then why do you have to come out
and say exactly my point? Why is it not normal?
Why I have,
like, these are the things that should be normalized and aren't.
Yes, I mean, in my opinion, at least, they should be normalized. And it was, I mean, it bothered me. I think I spoke to you because I saw that video and I cried. I actually cried and I was upset, and I was like, why? Because I think she was probably a teenager. She was what, 17, 16 when she, told to her parents, and her parents did not take it well, like not well at all. And I'm sure that, I am standing on the sideline and I'm just, I'm making comments. People, obviously, parents and children who are experiencing this, maybe they have like a plethora of emotions that they go through.
But you, as a person, if someone close to you or in your surrounding comes out, I wouldn't think it's a big deal. It is not for me by default. It is not for me.
It is not a big deal. Plus, मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब, dude, why was there even a need to discuss who you're attracted to? You could have just told me that I am attracted to this person, and I would be like, cool. What do you want me to be a woman?
I don't have LGBTQ plus community friends, and I want LGBTQ plus community because I want everything, right?
Lalchi.
So lal choda. I want everything, and I want to be. So there are a few friend of friends who have people from LGBT community as friends, and I'm like, मेरी भी friendship करा दो ना. I also want to.
Questioning why I shared this incident with you, that I saw this video, is because I felt that that female, she had obviously gone through this phase of questioning her gender. Her interests and her identity, and how and she had to normalize them for herself before she actually told it to her parents.
Family. When you are not sure if the other person is acceptive of it or not, because if they are not, because it is, then I think it's scary. That because it's your own family.
But then I think generally there is a phase. Not everybody is all knowing, like, right? So there is a phase wherein you question, where your interests lie, your love interest would lie. So I feel that people might go through a turmoil emotionally while they're in this phase, and I hope that they have somebody, friends, family, just to rely on while they're going through this phase.
Yesterday, this is actually last night, when I was, as per usual, doing the research, I came across this Instagram video. I think the channel name was She the People. They shared a video of a girl who I think is bisexual, but I don't remember which university she was from. I actually have it saved in my phone. So she had passed out from the university, and during her graduation ceremony, the cape she was wearing, she got her sister to sew
The flag.
the flag
pride
in her cape, and then she flashed. And according to her, there was a high risk that they will take away her degree.
Ooh.
There was something with regard to that, and I was like, what? Because I did not know that is happening in this world, that you cannot come out as a bisexual, or you cannot come like.
You cannot come out while you're studying.
But why is what I did not understand.
I don't know.
And I was like, you go, girl.
more power to you. More power. To you.
I'll probably share that reel on the
channel,
story section,
yeah,
or on the
yeah.
channel somewhere, so that you guys can relate.
Alright, so coming back.
Coming back to the extension of it, extension of which is IAAT. So intersex from I, an individual whose sexual autonomy or chromosomes do not fit with the traditional markers of female and male. Then there is A, ally, typically a non-queer person who supports and advocates for the queer community. An individual within the LGBTQ plus community can be an ally for another member that identifies differently than them.
From them.
Like
So-
lesbians can support gays and intersex,
So both,
and vice versa.
anybody who's an ally, anybody who supports the community is an ally.
I think from within the community.
Oh, Anmol, have you forgotten how to read English? What is the first part of the sentence?
Where an individual within the LGBT community.
Typically a non-queer person. A non-queer.
Support and advocate for the queer community.
Non-queer, what does that mean?
Males and females.
Straight people.
Straight people, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're correct. I was half asleep when I was doing the research.
Yeah, okay. Come.
But Yasha is correct. Okay, yeah. So that's ally. Then asexual, an individual who generally does not feel sexual desire or attraction to any group of people. It is
Anybody.
not the same as celibacy and has many subgroups. I'm not aware about, so I'm not going to comment.
The subgroups, even I'm not aware. I am aware that there are asexual.
There are subgroups, but I'm not aware about what
The subgroups are.
subgroups
yes,
are.
neither
I
am
will research.
Neither am I.
Okay. Then there's pansexual, a person who experiences sexual, romantic, physical, and or spiritual attraction. Attraction to members of all gender identities, expressions, not just people who fit into the standard gender binary.
Anybody from.
They are basically indifferent of the gender experiences, and there are different kind of attractions as well. It's not just the physical or
Yeah,
sexual,
yeah.
romantic and spiritual. I'm very surprised, intrigued with the spiritual part of it.
There is a term, if I'm not mistaken, demisexual.
Yeah.
So people who are they say that you need to be emotionally attracted to, you need to be emotionally invested in somebody to be physically attracted to somebody. For demisexual people, I think that's the case.
I can relate. Like,
I
why
relate.
not? Like I do. Yes, and I want to say, like, I need emotional attraction, intellectual attraction, physical attraction. When you tick all three boxes.
And like I would like to say that pleasure, physical attraction, pleasure, I think it is all in the mind before it is in the body. I don't know how true that is for the rest of the world, but then that is very true, at least for my case.
It's true from. I will not have a conversation with you. Yasha discovers. Yasha being the Chalu person, she likes observing this. I am going to have a conversation with you if I think you have the capacity and you have the rational mind to understand. When I see that this person does not carry the similar rationale, I'm not going to look down upon you. No. What I feel is कि ये लोग मेरी बात समझ नहीं पाएंगे, तो I will not waste my time.
Alright, moving on. So, as we've already addressed that June has become like synonymous with Pride Month, I think,
Yeah.
in a lot of places around the globe. So there are events that during June there are a lot of events that honor the LGBTQ community.
They celebrate the Pride Month.
And I think the events that are organized also mark the fights and the struggles that the community has faced.
Because they still are. I wouldn't say this. They still are.
True. So there are, I think everybody gets down to celebrate Pride Month because the streets get painted. Like Google has.
I love the colors and the happiness and the belongingness of every individual. That idea is very heartwarming to me.
It is. So there is a whole lot of love. Which I feel is very, very. It's warm.
Celebratory.
It's warm, I think. So since you don't have any, I have a friend who has who knows a gay
friend.
Yes. So just looking at that couple is so warm. I haven't met them in person because COVID and situations, but then I would want to, as long as the coronavirus tries to stay in place. But then it's a different kind of warm, and I'm not just saying that it's warm to see a gay couple in love. I'm saying that generally, it is very warm to see two people who are genuinely in love with each other and who share this very genuine love for each other. So it's very
adorable.
It is very adorable. Love it's supposed to be blissful irrespective of what gender identity it is, and I think love should be inclusive.
It should be.
At the basis of it should be inclusive. But anyways, I'll get distracted if I start talking about love. So, but then anyways.
So basically, on that note, let us take a note on all the destinations, at least all across India, where Pride Month is celebrated with great enthusiasm and fervor. Okay? So, beginning with the national capital of India, which is Delhi, they have taken their first step in making millions of people's voices heard when the Delhi High Court pronounced Section 377 unconstitutional and a violation of the fundamental right to equality and freedom. The rainbow community's prayers were answered. The country's national capital has strong commercial, cultural, political and historical linkages. The Queer Pride Parade in Delhi, which began in November 2007. It's an yearly procession honoring and celebrating lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgender people and their allies. The march usually begins on Barakhamba Road
yes,
and proceeds to Jantar Mantar through Tolstoy
Mark. Yes. So it's quite a stretch.
It's quite a stretch and
it's nice. Did you know that Himachal had their first
yeah.
The first Pride Parade?
I think you shared it with me.
Yes, I shared it with everybody. I shared it. I shared it on my story. I went crazy. One, because I think my roots are in Himachal, so I sort of मुझे ऐसा लगा जैसे
a proud feeling.
Yes, and I felt that my roots are from a place that is inclusive, and because generally what happens is people are not very inclusive of things that they don't understand.
Yeah. Generally it's human, but then again इंटेलेक्चुअल कैपेसिटी होनी चाहिए ना अंडरस्टैंड करने की.
बात वो नहीं है, मतलब you don't understand how electricity works. That does not stop you from using it. You do not understand how money is printed. That is not stopping you from using money, right? There are a lot of things that you don't understand as an individual, but then you use them. You use them for. Do you know how the Delhi metro works? No.
No, but you.
But then there are. It is flooded. The Delhi metro is flooded. Do you know that like there is a soil test that goes that the soil has to pass so that the metro can be built?
No.
In that area. बहुत fundamental. It is very very fundamental. It is very basic. But then
as in you need not to be aware or understand everything just to be accepting of it.
Yes, you are accepting it. Then only you are using it, right? Then only you are using. You are using the metro because you are accepting it, right? So I don't understand that.
Basically, you don't have to understand the entirety of the situation just to be accepting of it.
In all honesty, I did not fully understand all the extensions of the
LGBTQ+ community.
When this idea was just introduced. And I think the first time an open discussion about this happened was when Section 377 was removed at home. This was the first discussion that happened. I think my parents also don't fully understand how
the entire concept of
yes, but then I won't say they are very open to the idea, but then they sort of normalize this. Yeah, it's होता है, मतलब it has.
I feel you need to पहले तो knowledge होना चाहिए मेरे opinion में कि आपको, because I think I feel not only I strongly feel the generation parents का जो generation है, there are people who are accepting of it. It's just that they don't have complete knowledge
about it. I had this discussion with somebody in their 60s. They told me that it's not new. There are people who are accusing social media and saying that social media is spoiling
influencing the brains of the generation.
Yeah, whatever.
But this is not a new concept.
This is not, and that is what she told me. She told me that this is not something new. It's just that your generation is talking about it, and it is talking
more accepting of it.
Yes, and it is, and I think there are. It's about we are still developing as a nation. तो मुझे को भी लगता है कि थोड़ा सा वो gap भी है.
It's one of the factors.
So yeah, but then you don't need to. You could be an ally irrespective of what your understanding is. You just need to be supportive of somebody's feelings. I think that's
about it.
That's about it. Yeah. So
that's the crux of it.
Carrying forward. Okay.
Carrying forward. Mumbai is also one of the city which welcomes LGBT community very
openly. Yes. Yes, they do.
They have this film festival.
Ooh.
It brings audiences and filmmakers together to help achieve social change by presenting the LGBT community and the films. Which is, I don't remember the name of the movie. जिसमें ऐसे Sonam Kapoor's movie in which she was a lesbian.
No idea. Really no idea.
The remake of the song एक लड़की को देखा तो ऐसा लगा.
I have no idea.
There's this movie of Sonam Kapoor, I'm not able to recall the name of it, in which it is in relevance to the LGBT community, and I was like, they actually changed the meaning, the traditional meaning. Then the song एक लड़की को देखा तो ऐसा लगा came. The traditional meaning जब आया था first time, it was
a guy
and a guy. हाँ.
A guy looking at a girl.
हाँ. The remake was a girl looking at a girl, and in her heart she was thinking. And I was like,
Tinder has this advertisement. somewhere. I think it's their ad on YouTube. I don't know, wherein they show like gay couples and straight couples, and it's just like, and I think they end it on ki let's celebrate love. Like Tinder has this thing, so I find it very
Adorable. Myth adorable.
By now everybody knows that I am in love with love, the idea of love. Anyways, let's continue. In terms of socioeconomic class, gender, degree of visibility, and politicalization, Chennai cultures are different. The Chennai International Queer Film Festival, also known as Real Desires, oh, I had no idea, Anmol's research, began in 2004 and features panel talks on the issue of LGBTQI inclusiveness. True, man, more of this is needed. As well as filmmaker interactions, photography, art exhibitions, and other performances. In fact, Tamil Nadu, I had no idea. Tamil Nadu is the first state to acknowledge transgender people's rights. Wait.
They are actually very open. And they are actually very accepting in general. I have not been to Tamil Nadu, but one of my family member has been to Tamil Nadu, and he told me that the people there, they are so highly intellectual and educated. They mind, one good thing about them is they concentrate on themselves, mind their business, and are accepting of everyone.
Amen to such
And
people.
I was like, I wish everyone can learn from them.
Yes, true.
And did you know that in 2013, Bangalore actually had their first ever lesbian dykes on bike march. Like it was a bike march of lesbians, and I was like, so cool.
So I think, we could go on and discuss the goods and the bads, but then I think we're not completely equipped to do that as of now, currently, but someday in the future maybe. But I think we can conclude by saying that we see you.
We see you, we love you, we recognize you, we appreciate you, and we want to celebrate with you.
Yes.
Hence the episode.
But then I think majorly because we're all human, and emotions that we feel as human beings are what justify our humanity. So pain is pain, and as they say, love is love. It's just unfair to think that one pain is greater than another and one love is greater than the other,
because at the end of the day it is love. So you can head to the destinations and the areas where Pride Month in India is celebrated.
And from the international listeners that we have, we have a lot of international listeners in the US, I think.
Yeah, and I want to know who you are.
US, Brazil, I think we have somebody in UK as well, Germany. Whosoever you guys are, I hope you're doing well, and
thanks to all our global listeners who have been constantly listening to us, because we see you in the analytics.
And basically what I'm trying to say is that if you have, we could talk about India because we have that perspective. We would want to know more about
your community and your culture.
Yes, as well, especially on this topic. And when we are a little more equipped and a little more aware, we do another episode and we could talk a little more about.
I'd love to.
Same.
I was just really, because I blabber a lot, and I don't it's not my intention to hurt anyone, but somehow I'm still growing and trying to understand. So I am apologizing in advance if there is something that I have said is incorrect or hurtful to anyone, especially for all episodes, but especially for this one, because I know I do not have the complete knowledge. I'm not in your shoes to justify the topic, but we tried. So if you liked our trial
and error, Let us know.
Like, let us know if there is something that you would want to, like, I want a genuine feedback with relation to this episode, and I would like to hear from you guys. Yasha would like to hear from you guys, and I think
I would.
yeah, so thank you so much for listening to us, and that's it from us to you this Pride Month. Okay,
Happy Pride Month. Bye.
bye.
Hey awesome people, did you like that content? There is more such content on its way. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment, like, share the episode, share the love.
And you can also follow us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You can also follow us on our social handles linked below. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned. Bye.